Good day traders, this is CJ Dup and I'm excited to bring you guys this video which will be some longer term analysis on the Euro Pound. This is a pair that's setting up really nicely for a nice swing trade coming up in the next few months, and it's one I'm definitely want to be ready for and that I don't want to miss. So I'm going to quickly run through my chart and show you guys what happened on this pair. Basically, we started off with this consolidation back in 2015, and then we had the massive bull run up, which ended in this final push towards 0.93. And I actually remember how hard the media had to try to push this price up. I think I posted something on my Twitter back in 2017. Where Morgan Stanley and HSBC and everyone started calling the euro for parity, the Euro Pound. And so after this push, we had the massive collapse. And then for eight months now, it's sort of in this downward consolidation. Now, the fact that it's a downward consolidation is actually quite significant. This is the market, well, they're basically just consolidating for another move. And ultimately, it's a continuation to the downside for this correction after this massive move up. So the level that I'm looking at to short this Euro Pound will eventually, it'll have to take this liquidity, and then anything up here, ultimately I would prefer it to go all the way up to 0.91. But yeah, I expect this market to rip up violently, collect all these stops, and then come down to take the liquidity down here. This is the first swing point, which is will be the first resistance, but ultimately I think we'll go down to even lower. And just to pull a fib from this main, this is the main wave. You'll see that level, that swing point actually comes in exactly on the 50% fib. I think ultimately we're even going to come down to the 0.86, but that's probably a few years away. But for now, I want to concentrate on this trade. This will be quite a big trade, and I also want to catch the move up because I know for sure this market has to go take that liquidity before it can come down. So I'll move down to the lower time frames now and show you guys what's happening over there. But yeah, even if you know a bit of Elliott Wave, this was a clear five wave sequence that completed now, and now we're at least due for a ABC correction. But yeah, this is 8 months of consolidation. Central banks and institutions gearing up for the next big move. It's actually. Yeah, I don't know. This looks really good to me, and I think the move up might be triggered by it'll be something Brexit related, or Mario Draghi and the ECB or something, and then ultimately once they get those stops, they can move down, maybe with another news event. But yeah, let me move down to the smaller time frame, to the daily time frame, and show you guys what's happening over here. Now, what's really interesting, and it's actually, I think the market almost, giving itself away, is they're building up all this liquidity. As they're consolidating, they're leaving the highs untagged. They're not taking the people with the stops above those highs. They're letting it build up. But to the downside, you can see they're just spiking the lows, taking that liquidity as they're building into a position. So now, like I said, I expect the market to take these highs. It's just a little bit more tricky as to how they're going to get there. What's significant to me is this liquidity, these lows over here. Was taken. So okay, what's the liquidity? So I actually think this market is ready for the move up, because this liquidity was already taken. So one scenario I'm looking at it is for it to just go straight up. The other one is maybe for it to clear these highs, come down for one more push on liquidity. But I don't think that's going to happen. I feel like this liquidity has already been taken, and like I said, this market has now taken this liquidity. It had its impulse move up. So this is the most likely other scenario that I'm looking at. To clear those highs, maybe just tag these lows one more time, and then go up. So a little bit more tricky. So once the price gets up here, it'll be easy to find a good short for the big move down. But yeah, so this chart, like I say, I'm definitely looking to go long, and as soon as the price gets up here later the year, then it's going to be a big swing trade for us to go short. Just moving down a little bit to the 4-hour time frame. Now, like I said, the reason I think this chart is already ready to go up is they had this move up, and then they took the liquidity. They had the move up, took the liquidity again. And now on Friday, this market actually built up some nice liquidity again. And then had a big run down, a clear stop run to me. And now I think we can move higher. Even, like I said, I've already took my long on Friday. If it does come lower, I'll enter another long a bit lower. But I think for now, as long as this low holds, where the last stop run, I'll be long. So like I said, I already took, when it spiked these lows, I already took a long, but I think next week I'll see if the market can maybe give us a little opportunity down here to try and go long, even just to this first liquidity. So this from here, as I mentioned, just zoom out a bit. Once we get there, the market will have to decide we'll see if the market goes higher or as one more run down before we take those highs. But yeah, it's still a good trade up until there. Like I said, I'm definitely looking for this market to at least take these highs. If it does want to have one more run down to these lows, I'll have that scenario in mind, but ultimately I'm trying to build get into a long for these highs up here, and then obviously the big short. So just to summarize, I'm busy hunting longs for this liquidity that was built up here. Two scenarios that I've got in mind for it to get there, and then ultimately, obviously, the big short will be the one when that liquidity gets spiked. Okay, I hope that was helpful. So good luck and happy trading.